You know, a lot of people don't realize that I'm known internationally equally for my guitar playing and also my fashion class and style. So that's why it hurt me as being a Donner player. This is a Donner guitar, DST. I've said this many times before, my favorite guitar in this price range. They went to New York City Fashion Show, and it was the same week, like the first, second week in September, that I happened to be out of the country. So I missed my chance to be a Donner runway model, which is why you guys have to leave comments on this video talking about why I need to be on that runway for the next New York City fashion thing, all right? So I was just thinking about style in class because I have it, Donner has it, but does your guitar playing have it? And the chances are, if you're just playing the minor pentatonic scale, you know, you might be getting along. You might have those white dad Skechers. You might have like a t-shirt tucked into your jeans, but you don't have that style, that classic style, and that comes from these notes right here. Okay? Now, when you play it like that, you're like, Sean, what is that? That's the sound of style? No, these are the sound of the notes that are not in the pentatonic scale. And this has been something that I've been trying to teach people for a long time. It's like, all right, pentatonic is great because, you know, we've got 2 notes per string. This is A minor pentatonic. Everybody can do it. It's always appropriate, right? But every now and then you need a little bit of extra class. So today we're going to do some stuff in the key of C major, in the key of A minor pentatonic. In fact, well, let me just do a loop real quick, and I'll show you what we're going to do, right? So we feel like a C, D minor, A minor 7. Right there. So all I'm doing is I'm playing essentially the C major scale, but I'm adding those 2 notes and really emphasizing those 2 notes that are not in the minor pentatonic scale. So real quick, A minor pentatonic. We have an A, a C, a D, a E, and a G, and then another A, right? Everybody's used to that. Everybody, maybe not everybody, most people know that shape on guitar better than maybe any other shape, right? Now what we're doing is we're taking out the B note in the key of C major and the F note in the key of C major, which are the 2 best notes, as far as I'm concerned, the 2 most styling, classy notes, okay? Now, we can find these all over the fretboard, but the ones I want to focus on are these right here, okay? I'm playing them together for dramatic effect. You don't need to play these together because they sound bad when you play them together, but in context, they sound great, okay? So we're adding the 4th fret on the G string and the 6th fret on the B string. So this right here is the note right before your tonic, your root note, C, B, right? We have a B note in the key of C and an F note, okay? Like I said, together, they sound dissonant, which maybe that's kind of like, depending on the fashion show you're at, what time your runway time is, maybe that's what you're going for. But I think it's more about using them as color tones to lead into the stuff that you'll probably end up landing on in minor pentatonic anyways, right? So real quick, for an example, I'm just gonna play something in pentatonic world, right, where it's maybe like a C, A minor, C, sounds good, sounds great, right? But it's gonna sound a little, I think it's gonna sound better. It's gonna sound a little more big city if you add major, like a major 7 to C, which is adding that B note right before the C, and then we'll still keep it A minor 7, which is still in A minor pentatonic land, but here we go, so. B, F, so because we have just those two notes adding something to something that you already know, it just really, I think it transforms the whole sound of what you're doing. It sounds like a little classier, sounds a little more styling, right? So what I would do, rather than, if you're really used to playing minor pentatonic, I'm not telling you to change it. I'm just telling you to add, first of all, add the B in that scale, right? So it's one thing, it can be a big task to be like, all right, I'm so used to playing like this. Now I have to play like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, right? It's like, all right, that's a big switch. Start right here. If you want to play minor pentatonic still, right there, we're just adding that. We're just going one half step, one fret behind, and then sliding into it. So then if you hear something, right? I think I deleted that loop real quick. Let me start a new one, right? So add that G in there. Everything else is minor pentatonic. Okay, so again, I'm exaggerating this note spot in whatever you're doing, but what I think is really helpful is it's a very easy thing to add, because you're always going to be on this fret anyways. This is like the money shot of the pentatonic, right? That 5th fret on the G string, because again, that's a C note, which is the root note of a C chord, or in A minor, it is the 3rd. So a lot of times you'll see C major go along with A minor, right? In any genre of music, it doesn't have to be jazz, it doesn't have to be rock. Any genre has C and A minor together all the time. And that note happens to be a very important note in the most important chords. So that's why this spot is that money spot. You always go there. You always resolve there. So just think of it as back a half step. Alright, so that's the first thing that you're going to do, just to kind of make it a little classier, alright? Now, so far we've neglected the best chord in this key, which is the 4 chord in any key, okay? C, D, E, F. The thing that I hate about the pentatonic scale is it takes that out. It removes the very best thing about music in general, right? Once you have that 4 chord, which would be an F major in the key of C, an F major 7 if you're super fancy, it's the prettiest part. I've talked about the 4 chord as a major 7 key in so many videos. It's the prettiest, most beautiful thing, which is why you would need the prettiest, most beautiful male YouTuber on your Downer Runway fashion show. I'm gonna link you to some of the stuff that they do, because it's amazing. They've partnered with a fashion brand. It's not like you're just getting Downer drip, even though I think there should be Downer drip. The Downer guitar is basically accentuating the dynamic features of a great model, right? So they partnered with a brand, and then that's how they got into the fashion show scene, which again, just comment. I ask for so very little on this channel. Just comment, be like, yeah, Sean would be a great model, you know? I know probably 80% of you are going to leave some kind of salty comment that's going to be a little funny. You know what? Fight that instinct and just try to have some class for once. Do it for your boy. Come on. I ask for so very little. So now let's focus on the 6th fret on the B string, which happens to be an F. All right? So it's really kind of the same thing. It's just a half step from a note that is in that minor pentatonic scale. But what I love about this, even from a lead point, even we'll talk more about adding the chord of this in the next loop that we're going to do, but it just is a transition from E to G, right? There's that E to G, E, F, G. How much better does that sound? And again, the irony of it is it's the easiest stuff to do. Hammer-ons that are just a fret apart are way easier than like 3 frets, step and a half hammer-ons and pull-offs and stuff like that. So it's sad that we neglect the 2 classiest, most styling notes that'll add class and style to your playing, right? So maybe the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add something with that F major chord into it. I personally, my own style, is I like to kind of avoid the 5 chord and use the 4 chord where that 5 chord would go. What's the 5 chord in the key of C? C, D, E, F, G. That 5 chord is a G. So anytime you feel the urge to put a G major or G7 in there, put a F major 7 in there instead. So let's do that same loop. C major, 7, D minor, 7, A minor 7, and then we'll add an F major 7 to it on top of that, right? So. C. Those notes. Or just minor pentatonic. It's like it sounds good still. But as soon as, yeah, there's that F, B. I think you can kind of actually hear there where it's like, all right, those two notes, even though by themselves they might not have the same chord tones, right? A chord tone is just playing a single note that is in the chord that you're going over it. And I think adding those sometimes will sound like bad or whatever, right? Like you know, even if you're just doing like a C major chord. If I play the F, it's like, yeah, in that instance, that note is not in the chord, but it's really not about that note. It's about how it sets up the adjacent notes, okay? And that's to me what like classy styling playing is. Aside from having that sick drip, aside from having your $15 TJ Maxx shirts lined up, which is why we have to get me better brand deals. I got enough guitars. I got this Donner DST, which is always a great price. Really, it's funny. Like people are like, oh, you're just sponsored. You're just saying that. I used to think that like dollar for dollar, the Mexican Strat was kind of like the go-to thing if maybe you're just starting out, you want to try electric guitar. This has surpassed it. I really think dollar for dollar, this is better than the Mexican Strats, and it's actually cheaper too. And people be like, oh, you're just sponsored by them. You're just saying, I'm sponsored by Fender too. At least I was until someone shares this video with them. But I really think that this is such an awesome guitar. Anything in the DST line sounds great. It's got like the push-pull on the bridge. Again, there's no distortion on it, so it'll sound better, but like, awesome guitar. Link in the description. Please check it out. So also, while you're practicing this, just right here, always think that root note, half step below it. And then, especially on the G and B strings, you can make a power chord shape, which is really giving you like a diminished interval. A tritone interval is why it sounds, again, tritone. There's a word that you can use that'll impress your friends. Styling, class, everything. While you're doing that, what are you supposed to do in the comments here? I'm never one to be like, oh, please like, share, and subscribe. Never have I said that. Maybe I said it once sarcastically in a video. But just be like, yeah, Donner, hit Sean up for some modeling gigs. Because, like, how fun would that be to do sarcastically at New York City Fashion Show, which, again, apologies I could not be there, Donner. Next year I will for sure be there. I'm also open to go to Milan, just so everybody knows. I love how this has really become like, I'm here to help you guys with this lesson about classing up and styling up your playing. And it's really just become a video interview for me. But that's kind of the whole spirit of this channel. So, you know, why change now? Last tip I'm going to say, no matter what key you're in, find the root note, octave up. Usually the root notes are easier to find on the lower strings, right? Octave up and then go back. Or find the minor pentatonic and then just find it there. So like in the key of D, right? There's your D, there's your octave. These are the two notes that you want to add. You don't even need a looper pedal to do it. B minor. And then, you know, you get a just an idea for the flavor and the sound of that spot and the scale and everything. So really challenge yourself. Just add one note at a time. You don't have to add it all over the place. Like I said, you know, you can find, obviously in that key, A, B, C, adding the 7th fret on the higher strings. Start slow. Everything you've done with minor pentatonic or what major pentatonic is still great, valuable, but now we're just adding a little bit of spice. And like I said, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website. Thank you to Donna for sponsoring this video, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.